Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. This is Zobswearables tutorials. It's really been a while since we last made an update on our channel. It was due to some circumstances some of you are aware of, and I really want to appreciate you all for your subscriptions. You've kept them coming in, and for the condolence messages I've been receiving. God bless you all. So for today we are going to be looking at a very quick DIY. Going by what is happening around the world today, we all need this. Since everybody has been compelled to sit at home, we need to get our hands on something so that when we come out of this, we can actually say we did one or two things with our time sitting at home. All right, so for the DIY for today, we are going to be making a face mask, a reusable face mask, like what I have here. Okay, I made this from pieces of fabric I have in my store. So if you try going out to get a face mask, it's not been easy for some time now. It's either they are too expensive for us to afford, or we don't even get to see them at all. So since we are all sitting at home, we can get busy. Just get that piece of fabric or a clothes that you're no longer using and fix something for yourself. Okay, I was saying we need to get our hands busy on something. So this is really going to be very quick. All right, we have our materials here. I have a piece of fabric I'm going to be using. This is our sewing thread. In case you don't have a sewing machine, not to worry, you can do this with your hand needle. That is why it is called a DIY project, do it yourself project. I have 2 strips of elastic rubber here. Then I have the fabric I'll be using for the lining and another fabric for the outer part of the mask. And this is actually going to be reversible. You can use both sides and it's going to be reusable. After using it, you can wash it, dry it, and that's it. Okay, now let's quickly go over to getting the pattern for this face mask. Now the pattern we are going to be working with, if you can see my paper clearly, you need an A4 paper which you're going to be measuring in a square form, 6 inches by 6 inches. I've already done that. As you can see, the boss, 6 inches width and 6 inches length. That is a perfect square, having both sides equal. Now after measuring your 6 inches square, from the right part of your measure 6 inches, mark from the right part of your square, mark 1.25. Some of us that are designers, we already know how to read our tape, but in case you do not know, you can just use 3 centimeters. Okay, that's fine. 3 centimeters or 1.25 inches up and down. You mark it both sides. Then you connect the lines. You connect the dots. All right. Okay, so this is what we have now. Now the outer line, that is now showing us 2 lines, the first line and the inner line. On the outer line, you divide the outer line, which should be 6 inches by 2, and that should be 3 inches. Is either you're using 6 inches or you're using 15 centimeters. So we have the midpoint of the outer line. Now the next thing to do is to connect this midpoint of the outer line to the top of our square, just this way. All right, and also connect it to the bottom of our square this way. Now you have something that looks like a triangle. That's all right. Now the next thing to do now is to come to the right hand side of our pattern and come down by 2 inches. 2 inches, or if you're going by centimeters, you use 5 centimeters. Then at the bottom, you come down. At the bottom, you come up by 3 centimeters or 1.25 inches. Now what we have to do now is to connect this to this other side. Just like so, and also connect this to the top of our pattern. All right, now we are almost done here. Now the next thing to do now is to give the mask a very nice curve. Now to get this curve, I'm going to be using my French curve. Okay, we are going to be making a curve. This is my curved ruler or French curve, whichever one you want to call it. Now the bottom of the curve has to be more curvy than the curve at the top. Just watch what I'm doing. Okay, and this other side, the curve shouldn't be too curvy, just a bit. If you can make a freehand curve, you can also do that. That is, if you do not have a French curve in the house, just use your free hand and make the curve. Okay, now you can see there's a difference between the bottom curve and that of the top curve. So our pattern is ready. You're now going to cut it out, place it on our fabric, and continue. Okay, I'm done cutting out my pattern, and this is what we have now. In order not to confuse ourselves, this is going to be the part going towards the nose, and this is going to be going towards the mouth. Okay, you can just label it anyhow, but if you won't have any difficulty, there won't be a problem. Now the next thing to do now is to place it on our fabric and cut out this pattern. Making this, the best fabric to use is a cotton fabric. So I'm just going to place it. After cutting it on the main fabric, I'll also cut it on the lining as well. Okay, now we are done cutting out the fabric and the lining. We have 4 pieces of this fabric, and this is what I'll be using for the lining. So the next thing we are going to do now is to turn the fabric. This is the right side, this is the wrong side. So you match it right sides facing each other. You match the right sides together, you pin it round. Okay, now I'm done pinning both the lining and the main fabric. So if you do not have a sewing machine, no problem, you can use your hand needle. Just run a steady stitch from this tip here using 1/4 of an inch all the way down. You have to do so on both of the fabric. Okay, now I'm done joining the fabrics together. So what we are going to be doing next is to join these two together. Now you have to match them right sides facing each other, just like so. So as you're matching, please note the parts you marked that should be facing upwards so that you don't make a mistake in the placement. So after matching them this way, I'm going to go ahead and pin it all round, then sew from this point to this point using 1/4 of an inch seam allowance as well. So I'll sew the top and also the bottom. Okay, now this is where we are. You can see I'm done sewing the top. If you do not have a sewing machine, please, you can do this with your hand needle. I've said this earlier. So I sewed the top and the bottom. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to turn it inside out. That is to bring out the right sides of the fabric. We are almost coming to the end of this. Is a very quick and easy tutorial, so you can give this a good press, but let's continue. I'll do that later. I think I have a pin somewhere around here. Oh, all right, so this is what we've got. Our mask is almost ready. Then the last thing to do now, after giving it a good press, is to fold in the sides, possibly by 1 inch or half. So I'm folding in the sides just like so. You can use your pin and secure it. You do same to the other side. Please, if you're finding this tutorial very helpful, please do not forget to give us a thumbs up, like, leave a comment, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos. You can also look up our other videos on this same channel. Okay, so here is where the elastic comes in. You can see my elastic is just about 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to insert it. After folding these edges inside, you insert your elastic almost about 1/2 inch into the fabric and pin. You're going to insert this maybe possibly after or before pinning, whichever way you want to do it. You insert it this way, up and down. Okay, so we'll do same to this other side, then take it to our sewing machine and secure it down both sides. Ta-da! Our mask is ready. Now you have to fold, and you can see the part that is pointed. Don't know if you can see it. Okay, so this part should be going towards the nose area and this other part towards the mouth area. Thank you so much for being with us. It's really a very quick DIY project. You can produce as many as possible within a space of 10 minutes. Once you have your pattern, you just keep cutting and keep sewing. All right, so please kindly follow us on Instagram at Zobswearables, on Facebook at Zobswearables, and